can't see it, but good morning from a Super 8 motel in Port Angeles, Washington. I wish I could describe the feeling, the like sheer happiness I get from staying at a motel. This one was very nice. We've got a lot of adventures to do. As always, I'll explain as we go. Okay, I'm not gonna spend much more time here. Today is pretty jam-packed. I need to first go to Safeway and just pick up some snacks or some like food for the rest of the trip, and then I'm gonna head to like the actual Pacific, I'm at the Pacific Coast, but head to like La Push and basically just like all of the places that I didn't get the chance to go to when I was out here after the PCT. There's a lot of places I want to go that are closed, like the rainforest. The road is washed out right now, so you can't access it, and I can't quite figure out if Solduck is also closed for the winter. Hurricane Ridge was supposed to open this weekend, so we'll see about that. It's all kind of in this general vicinity. And then I think I'm gonna do some hikes around Crescent Lake, one of my favorite places I've ever been. Oh, pigeons. So yeah, a lot to see and do, and I need to find a campsite for tonight. Like always, trying to do everything in 48 hours. I'm headed up Hurricane Ridge right now, and it's getting more and more rainforesty. I don't actually know if the road is fully open. The pay station is 5 miles in, and I'm like 3 miles away from it, so I might have to turn around. I figured I might as well try, seeing I'm here, and I don't think I want to come back over to Port Angeles. I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyways, I don't want to come over this way tonight. I want to car camp over on the ocean because there's a really cool campground that I want to go to, but there's also one in the forest that I want to check out. I planned to camp both nights, but I don't like showing up to campsites that I've never been to in the dark, so I decided to get a hotel last night. That's why I was at the Super 8, and yeah, that's, I don't know where I was going with that. None of this, oh, there's a deer. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put this down because there's wildlife. Anyways, I think I was saying I never know where I'm going with any of this talking, so unfiltered thoughts. I don't know. So I did have to turn around. I got to the pay station, and it's not because the road is closed, but you need chains. You're still in the season for needing chains for your tires, and I'm in a rental, so obviously I don't have any, which is fine. I mean, it was just gonna be a bonus little side quest if I could go up there. Got to see a little bit of the rainforest, and there's a really cool view. I'm gonna go try and take a picture, just be obnoxious. Yeah, the park ranger was really nice. Hopefully you don't need chains for like the entire park right now. I mean, there's definitely snow up there, and it was in the clouds this morning. You definitely won't need it over in like the La Push area, which is fine because I mean it's the coast. I kind of just want to like hitchhike up there. That would be really funny. I just see a lot of people coming. It makes me sad. speechless, just absolutely speechless. Wow. So I'm at East Beach at Crescent Lake, which is actually part of the national park as well. And it's just as pretty as I remember it. The water, which you can see behind me, is crystal clear. And I was sort of hoping there would be a dock in the water over here, because if there was, I was gonna do a polar plunge, but there's a rainbow right over there, which is insane. I just took a whole bunch of videos and pictures, and this log is creating quite the backdrop as well. This is the Pacific Northwest that I wanted to experience, and I feel like Washington is famous for. Wow, massive spruce, I think, right there. Yes, I'm probably gonna be wet and cold for the next 48 hours. Well, we're like 36. On to the next destination, which I've already done Punch Bowl before. I've gone swimming, and I don't really want to do Punch Bowl, but if I have time, I will. So I'm gonna head to the west side of the lake now. There's a different viewpoint, and I'm sure I'm gonna make stops along the way because this lake is massive, but very deep. Oh, you can see the pit toilet behind me. Deep into the rainforest. Maybe find some forest roads I can go down and really experience the rainforest, but wow, wow, wow. You know, this is what I wished for, so I just gotta go with it. But doing the first of probably a couple hikes, actually in the rainforest, which is sick. I've got windbreaker on underneath my rain jacket. Whoa. Like 3 steps in, and this is amazing. And my waterproof hiking pants on, well, water resistant hiking pants on. So I think I'm gonna try and do this one quickly, and then there's like, I don't know if I'll have to go like over that way, but there's some waterfalls along the way, so hopefully I can keep everything mostly waterproof, but this is 100% the experience that I wanted. I've gone maybe like 1/10 of a mile into this trail, and the amount of times I have just said wow, because this is what I'm experiencing. Like, I'm soaking wet. Stepped in more puddles than I can keep track of at this point. Just walked into a tree. Okay. I think I want to go to Natural Bridge first. I'll show you. So this is what's on the agenda right now. The agenda. I've been in my corporate job for too long again. So you go this way. Wow, that was a big tree that fell. Just what? Whoa. Look at this tree. As I was saying, this is an even bigger tree trunk, stump, whatever. Been in my job for too long, clearly. If I'm like, oh, this is what's on the agenda. There's a whole bunch of things along this trail. This is right on Crescent Lake, or Lake Crescent, and I'm gonna go to Natural Bridge first, and then I'm gonna go and try my hand at finding the waterfalls, and might go for a swim later if I feel so inclined. I believe I was mistaken, and Natural Bridges is not a bridge that is natural like the ones in the Oregon coast. I think it's a cabin place, so I was wrong, but I do have a beautiful view. I'm gonna snap some pictures and then continue on. Oh, he can't really see me, but I found some rocks. We'll see if these ones actually skip. Just have a branch in the way all the time. I'll step out of the way and maybe we can catch some of these. Tree. That is not good. Good one. And bad rock. And that was bad throw. Okay. I don't have words. Okay, moving on. And I have this place all to myself right now. Wow. Wow. This is the part of the trip where things start to go surprisingly well, despite the current conditions. So, because of the rain, my hat got a free wash. Finally, it has washed most of the sweat and the dirt from the Grand Canyon out. So, talk about polar opposites. And I have had most of this trail to myself. The falls, right around here, has been the only place that I've encountered people, but it's been maybe 15 max. This is incredible. I can't get over the amount of times I have said wow and just looked up in amazement. And I don't even know if any of this audio is coming out. This is not a waterproof camera, and I'm just going for it. So, okay. Going down these stairs, that was a big step. I am going to try and find my way back to the car and dry out a little bit. Good news about this hike is I don't need to do Soul Duck. Even if it is closed, I'm not even gonna go check. This was the rainforest experience that I wanted and needed. Maybe not needed. No one ever really needs it. Yes, you do. You need the outdoors, but. I gotta clean this. There we go. I just made it back to the ranger station and there's a bathroom, and so I went to the bathroom and I'm soaked to the bone. My pants are soaked through and I didn't realize that, and my jacket is completely wet. Thankfully, it didn't get through to my sweatshirt. My sweatshirt's a little damp, but like nothing too bad. The shower that I took this morning, an absolute joke. My hat, like I said, got a free wash. Obviously my backpack's soaked. My camera is soaked. Everything is just wet. I'm a little bit nervous about my film camera. Well, I hope that no water got in the lens. Ugh. Well, we'll take care of that. I am at Rialto Beach right now, and I think I've made the decision that I'm gonna go back into Forks and get a burger because I heard it mentioned and I'm hyper fixating on it, even though I was just eating. And I am going to head down to where I want to camp a little bit earlier than expected today, because I'm going to backtrack tomorrow and come back up this way. It is just so windy on the coast right now, and no part of me wants to hike out because it's a hike to hole in the wall or even like step foot outside right now. I just want to give my stuff more time to dry out because it's still pretty wet, and just the wind and the rain makes everything worse. So there's that, and plus like I've hit a wall. I'm just so tired all of a sudden. So I'm going to go get a burger, head to camp, maybe go to bed early, and then get up early because I'm losing an hour of sleep too because tomorrow's daylight savings time. And then I'll come back up here kind of like early-ish tomorrow, which will be nice. It's only an hour, by the way. It's like nothing in the grand scheme of things, so yeah. After a lot of drama, no pen, fighting for my life to get cell phone service, I finally secured the campsite, and this is the view. Whoa, I'm zoomed in. It's not spectacular because there's a closed down site right in front of me, so there's 2 orange cones, but it's like the last site that's still open, that's not permanently closed or temporarily closed, that has ocean view. This is it. Wow. Just I am so happy. I have a couple more hours of daylight, and what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna put some layers on, and I'm going to walk this beach and maybe go back up to Ruby Beach. Ruby Beach is only like 10 minutes away. This is incredible. Thought I had beach access from campsite. I don't. Have to go back to where I paid for everything. I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, but the Tree of Life is a short hike, walk, whatever you want to call it, from here. So that's where I'm headed. This is incredible. This beach is massive. And the waves are even bigger. And the trees are huge. Okay, so there's people over this way. I'm assuming that's where the Tree of Life might be. I thought it was further down. But this... I don't know how to explain this tree. I don't think it's actually like the Tree of Life like you think about in Disney, but it's like completely not hollowed out underneath, but its roots aren't in anything because the dunes are eroding, so it's like hanging on by a thread, it looks like. I don't know, just when in Washington, I guess. Wow. This is so cool. Felt like the longest walk known to man, but found half a sand dollar along the way. So that's cool. I honestly can't remember if I got this on video yet because I've got too many cameras going, but Tree of Life before it falls down, which someone earlier told me that where she stopped in Forks, they told her that they predict the tree will fall this year, which I will say would make some sense because it definitely looks like it's sagged a lot compared to other pictures I've seen of it. So that's pretty cool. People were climbing behind it, and I don't want to do that because that just increases the erosion around the tree. Like, just leave no trace. Not to be a snob or anything, but like, when there's a delicate tree, maybe don't climb it or climb behind it, just so you can take pictures of the water. You can see it just fine from here. I'm walking back to the car. I've wasted as much time as I possibly can down here. That's a lie. I could probably do a lot more. Wow, I want to spend hours just picking up all of this plastic. Like, hold on. Please hold. Like, look at all of this. This is all bits of plastic. I mean, there's some crab shells in there too, and a massive mussel shell. That might have been tasty. Anyways, wasted as much time as I'm willing to. I'm tired, just plain and simple. But I'm trying to time it correctly. We're like not sitting in the car for too long until I go to bed. But anyways, gonna car camp. Wish I was better at like making friends because someone has a fire and like it just smells really good, and I wish I brought firewood, but that's on flying here less than 24 hours ago. Anyways, Gonna go make my bed and finally watch Twilight. Haven't watched Twilight the entire time, but have been listening to all the soundtracks, and soundtracks slap. Like, say what you will about the movies and the books and the lore and the this and the that, but like, soundtrack slap. I have no idea where any, like, this is just stream of consciousness. This is a massive vlog. Just like, for scale, that's not a good scale, but you gotta work with what you got. Anyways, it's straight up a stream of consciousness at this point. I'm gonna end it with saying, I think if the tide's out in the morning, because the tide's definitely coming in right now, I might go for a run along the beach. I think that would be a lot of fun. No, it wouldn't, because running on sand is not fun, but gotta get some miles in this week. I only did 3 because I'm now trying to be a runner, you know, just add it to the list of expensive hobbies. Okay, for real, I am about to climb the stairs, so. Well, I messed up. Went up a staircase thinking it would bring me back to the campground. Overshot it a bit, and now I'm walking on a shoulderless road. So, do what I say, not as I do. Ooh, maybe I can go up that way. That looks